Most people think failure is what kills momentum. It's not. Real momentum stops when things finally start working, when the risks become real, when your comfort zone is threatened. This is the fear that makes people pull back, right at the very moment when real wealth and success are about to begin. It's a strange feeling, isn't it? That initial taste of success. Those first few small results start showing up. You can hear the engine of your project humming a little louder. But this early momentum, it's fragile. It feels unfamiliar, almost like you're wearing someone else's clothes. And that's when the fear kicks in. But what is this fear, really? It's not just about losing money or failing a project. It's something deeper. It's the fear of losing your identity. Because growth doesn't just risk your money, it risks who you are allowed to be. Think about that for a second. When you start to succeed, the expectations of others, and even your own self-perception, begin to shift. You're no longer the underdog, the one who's just trying. You're becoming someone who actually achieves things, and that change can be terrifying. It threatens the story you've told yourself for years. It challenges your place in your social circle. Who are you if you're not the person you've always been? This fear of a new identity can be so powerful that it makes us want to retreat to the familiar, even if the familiar is a state of not succeeding. When our systems for success, like our business or our personal projects, start to grow faster than our personal identity can keep up, we subconsciously hit the brakes. We slow things down to match our internal comfort level. It's like our mind is trying to protect us from a future we do want to feel ready for. It's a defense mechanism. We revert back to our old selves because that's where we feel safe. This isn't a conscious choice. It's a deep-seated subconscious drive to maintain the status quo of our own self-image. It's the reason so many lottery winners go broke and why people who lose a lot of weight often gain it back. Their external reality changed too fast for their internal identity to adapt. So how does this self-sabotage actually look in our day-to-day lives? It often shows up in very common, seemingly harmless behaviors. You might find yourself taking unnecessary breaks right when things are gaining traction. A project is finally moving forward, and suddenly you decide you need a week off to recharge, even though you're not tired. Or maybe you get lost in over-optimizing tiny, insignificant details. You spend hours perfecting a logo or tweaking the font on your website instead of making the next big sales call. This is a classic avoidance tactic disguised as productivity. Another one is downplaying your success. When someone congratulates you, you say, "Oh, it was just luck," or "It's not that big of a deal." You minimize your achievements to keep yourself small and non-threatening. And of course, there's the most common one, returning to old comfort routines. And go back to watching TV, scrolling social media, or whatever else you used to do to pass the time. Do any of these sound familiar? Most of us have been there, watching ourselves undo our own progress without fully understanding why. Now, when you feel this happening, your first instinct is probably to look for more motivation. You think, "I just need to push harder, get more disciplined, watch another motivational video." But that's like trying to put out a fire with gasoline. The problem isn't a lack of motivation. The problem is a lack of stability. Your system is moving too fast, and it feels shaky, unsafe. So the solution isn't to hit the accelerator harder. You need to let the engine idle for a bit and reinforce the foundation of who you are becoming. It's about consciously building an identity that can handle the success you're creating. It's about making success feel normal, not like a strange and scary fluke. We need to focus on stabilization before we can even think about acceleration. It's about getting comfortable with the new level you've reached before you try to climb to the next one. This might mean celebrating your small wins in a real, tangible way instead of brushing them off. It could involve journaling about your new identity, writing down who you are becoming and why that's a good thing. It could mean surrounding yourself with people who are already at the level you want to reach, so that their success becomes your new normal. This isn't about stopping. It's about pausing strategically to let your mind and your emotions catch up with your progress. You're building a new, stronger foundation for your identity. A foundation that doesn't crumble under the weight of your own achievements. You're teaching yourself that this new level of success is safe, that it's your new home. You're not just fighting the fear, you're fundamentally changing your relationship with it. Instead of seeing success as a threat to your identity, you start to see it as an expression of your identity. Each new achievement becomes proof of who you are rather than a departure from it. It's a subtle but profound shift in mindset. You're no longer a person trying to be successful. You are a successful person, and your actions naturally align with that identity. This is how you break the cycle of self-sabotage. You're not just managing the fear, you're making it irrelevant by building an identity that's stronger than the fear itself. But there's one final piece to this puzzle, a system that can remove the fear entirely, a way to make progress feel not just stable, but completely safe and natural. And it's not what most people expect. It's not about affirmations or vision boards or just thinking positive. It says a concrete system that you can build into your life that makes growth feel as safe as standing still. We'll be diving into that in the next part. Thank you so much for watching. If this resonated with you, make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss part 8, where we reveal the system that makes progress feel safe. See you in the next one.